How is install going for you? I mean, are you keeping up the pace or a pace that you're happy with?
I am happy with what we're installing and how we're installing. Is it a pace that, you know, I'm used to years when you have experienced teams? No, it's a lot slower. We've dialed it back a lot offensively and defensively. You know, and one thing is to, you know, try to, you know, a lot of theory. Sometimes just throw everything on the wall and get everything in on tape, and then, but we're not where we need to be fundamentally of, you know, playing the 3 technique or playing the 2-eye or playing quarter half coverage or, you know, working our combination blocks on the zone. So we backed off a little bit, still coaching extremely hard, and we want to make sure we got it before we go to the next thing. Now, do we have enough offense and enough defense in and enough install and special teams to prepare ourselves to get ready where we need to be next fall? Yes, and enough on tape. But you know, it's one thing. You gotta do what you can do and execute. And you know, I don't want to just put a lot of stuff in just to confuse guys. New coaches, new scheme, new terminology. We got to make sure, you know, we're on the right page, and then, you know, by the end of spring and through summer, we'll figure out how we're going to start fall camp and what we're going to install and who we are. Try to make a good guess on who we are with the incoming freshmen coming in and what we'll install in the fall.
Coach, it seemed like from the periods that we watched today, the energy was a little bit more intense today. Did that seem like the case to you, and were you happy with that?
Well, you know, it should be. We hadn't practiced since Friday. We were off for Easter weekend, so that's, what is that, almost five days. And I told them after practice, I thought the energy was really good at practice. I thought guys were motivated and gave good effort. It wasn't just making a lot of noise, it was a lot of good effort in practice. We talked about straining today in our special team meeting. We talked about straining in offense and defensively and letting it go, and I thought the guys did that. And then now we got to start putting it together. My message after practice, I'm hearing too many coaches every single play having to make the calls for them or remind them what they got. We got to start communicating as a group, offensively and defensively. You know, because we got to eventually play ball, and sometimes you got to let your players fix it on their own. And I'm the worst of it sometimes, out there calling out what the quarterback should do and trying to get him to speed up. But you're never going to allow a guy to lead or take ownership of his unit if you don't let him go do it. And I got to do that. We got to do that up front with the offensive line. We got to do that on defense with our coaches. We got to let our linebackers and our secondary. We got to let them make the call. But we're getting there, and then we got to start backing off in the 11-on-11 situations and letting the guys go play ball and fix things themselves and take charge. You can't ask the guy to be a leader if the coach is always out there doing everything for him.